How's it going today, guys? So what we're going to be talking about today are actually three different types of pyramid schemes, and basically like what are the characteristics of pyramid schemes, how do they actually work, and then the three most common pyramid schemes that you see. Then I also have a list of the questions you should always ask somebody before investing in a business opportunity. So the backstory to this is actually kind of interesting. I had one of the people who watch my videos here reach out to me because there was a scam going around his campus, and I'm actually going to I'm not going to read the name just for privacy reasons, but I want to read you guys his message because it's very interesting. I've never heard of this happening before, but if anybody else has gone through this, please leave a comment below because I'm curious if this is a big thing or if this is just something that happens kind of randomly. But he basically reached out to me and said he had a video idea, and what he said was this. He said, "Have you ever been approached by business students on campus that try to find younger first year or second year students to recruit them in a business opportunity that can make hundreds of thousands of dollars? And they tell you how you're special and try to get you into a pyramid scheme." And then he included some drawings here that kind of show what the guy was trying to get him involved in with the business. He said, "Some guy presented me his and said, 'Oh, pay me such amount of money and you can make a certain amount of money back.'" So it was the kind of scheme where you have to pay money first in order to make money back. The more you bring in, the more money you make. And he says they tend to do it pretending you're trading stocks or something. So they pretend that you're actually involved in a tangible investment and not just some kind of scam. He says that it's very common on campuses nowadays. He's been seeing it a lot. He is Canadian, so he said it may only be a Canadian thing, but he said he's been approached by 4 in the last 2 years at his school with the same exact scheme where you have a down payment in order to get involved in this, and then you have to recruit others as well. He said there isn't a genuine product you're selling, but they make it seem like such a golden opportunity. And they're very flamboyant people. I don't know if that's the word he means. That means something different to me. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it means something different in Canada. I'm not sure. But he said they're very, I guess the word I would use is outgoing people, very convincing people. And they kind of prey on the first year students that are gullible and essentially take their down payment and then leave them. So this was a great idea. This was a really cool thing that I want to discuss here. This is actually kind of like what pyramid schemes are. And I can't believe that this is actually going on at school campuses, and the school's not controlling it themselves, because the school really should be stepping in and talking to these business instructors. If the business students are running around campus trying to convince the first year students to involve in illegal and illegitimate business practices, that's something the school should really step in and get involved with. But it's something that's very interesting that I want to talk about, because I've had people approach me with these types of businesses. I have a lot of friends who've gotten involved with businesses like this. So I kind of want to outline what is the deal with pyramid schemes. So if you ever are questionable about a business opportunity somebody's pitching you, you have a better idea of what's going on with it. So what is a pyramid scheme? It is a fraudulent investment opportunity conveyed in a misleading way, and they come in many forms. Oftentimes, it's hard to tell what the business is, and they leave a lot of details out, and there's a lot of smoke and mirrors associated with it because they're trying to cover something up. So here's basically how it starts. Somebody starts the scam. That is your initial recruiter. He's going to start this pyramid scheme. What he's going to do is he's going to call up 10 of his friends and say, "Hey, why don't you pay me $100, okay? And then you have the ability to recruit other people who can pay you money to be involved in this, whatever it is." So what they usually do is it usually has something like a membership or a club or a donation of some kind necessary to join and be able to recruit others. So it could be, "Hey, donate $100 to me, and then I will give you something that says you're in this exclusive club, and then other people will donate $100 to you once you have this labeling." So that's usually how that goes. So somebody starts the scam, the people below him recruit other people in order to make a profit, so they cannot make money unless they're recruiting other people. There's no other way to make money other than getting other people involved below them. Then those people below them recruit 10 more, so now we're at 100 people involved in this, and those 100 people each recruit 10 more people. Then you're at 1,000 people, and it continues, and you get many, many levels deeper of recruits upon recruits upon recruits. Obviously, eventually you're going to run out of recruits. Either people catch wind that it's a scam, or it's just so many people are involved that there's not enough people in order to recruit enough people to make your money back. The system cannot sustain itself. The principle of this business model, and it's not a business, it's a scam. So the principle of this scam is that giving up money will allow you to get money back. Here are the key problems with a pyramid scheme like this. Number one is there's no wealth being created here. There's no wealth being created. You're just taking money out of somebody else's pocket and putting it in your own pocket so they can take money from somebody else. There's no legitimate creation of wealth here. You're just taking money somebody else already had. There's no product being sold, no investment is being made, and no service is being provided. So there is no business here. It is not a business, it is a scam. Okay? That is why pyramid schemes are completely illegal, but they're often disguised by something legal, like a membership or a donation or a gift. So somebody may say, okay, yeah, we're in this exclusive club, or we got this exclusive donations, or we got this exclusive whatever. All you have to do is donate money to me, and then you can join this club, and then other people can donate money to you. And it sounds crazy, and when you point it out like this, it probably sounds like who in their right mind would fall for this, but unfortunately there's a lot of very manipulative people out there that are convincing people to sign up for this crap every single day. So even if you yourself are not falling for a pyramid scheme, if you ever see something happening before your eyes and you see somebody getting scammed, talk to them and explain to them, hey, I think you're involved in a pyramid scheme, okay? Because so many people lose a lot of money with these things, and it's really sad because at the end of the day, there's a lot of ways to legitimately make money. So why do you have to be a scumbag about it and do this stuff to people? Why would you need to do that when you could actually start a legitimate business that helps people and probably be more successful than running some kind of pyramid scheme that's going to run out of gas very shortly? So people they just think that this is the way to make money when you can make money in a legitimate way. And I don't understand why people do this kind of stuff, but it happens clearly all the time. All right, so there's three main scams that you come across these days. Some of these are less common. I don't know if you really see chain letters anymore, but I can remember even being a kid. I was like 14 years old and I got a chain letter in the mail, and we actually I think saved it and forwarded it to the Better Business Bureau or something like that for investigation so they could look into it. But it was exactly what this is here. I'll tell you about that in a second. But the first one is called multi-level marketing, or an MLM type business. Now here's the thing with MLMs. There's a lot of legal MLMs out there, and then there's a lot of illegal MLMs. So I'm not sure if I want to call out any businesses that are legal MLMs. Just do your own research on it. There's a lot of resources that'll tell you, like if you're gonna get involved in a business and you have to pay an upfront cost in order to sell the product, go online and Google that company's name and just say, is blah 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 a scam? And you'll get a lot of information about it. I don't want to call out any companies because they are legitimate in the sense that there is the tangible physical good that has value that you can sell, but they're not really they're overpromised in a lot of ways. Okay, so a legal MLM involves being recruited in order to sell a product or a service. You are then paid a commission off of the sales of that product. However, the catch is you also are encouraged to recruit other people because you make a commission off of their sales as well. So maybe let's say you sell the product, okay, and you get 20% of all of your sales of that product. But anyone you recruit, you get 5% of their sales as well, plus a sign-up fee. That's usually how they work. So if you got a hold of your neighbor or whatever and said, hey, why don't you join this business, you can sell this product, and then he signs up, you get a sign-on bonus for signing him up, and then anybody he sells to, you make 5% of those sales. And some of them even have 2 or 3 layers deep, you make a commission off those sales. So anybody he signs up, maybe you make 1.25% of those sales. So that's how an MLM is set up, where there's a big enticement to sign up other people, get other people involved in it. Now, an illegal MLM involves the sale of a product with no value. So, for example, a report or a paper or an article, something like that. So maybe you had a report that was here's how to buy houses that are being foreclosed for pennies on the dollar. And it was $100 to be able to get this report, but then you were able to sell that report to other people once you paid that sign-up fee. That is an example of an illegal MLM because there is no product with actual value, and the only way that that multi-level marketing scam stays afloat is with the recruitment of new members. There's no money being made from the sale of that actual report because it's just basically there as a disguise to try to make it look like a legitimate operation. Okay, number 2 is the Ponzi scheme. This one's actually named after Charles Ponzi for his scheme in 1919 or 1920, so in between those 2 years. So the way this works is investors buy in and are not told how returns are being generated. So you're making an investment, and then hopefully you're seeing some returns, but you go, okay, yeah, how are you making this money? They go, yeah, you don't want to know. We're going to keep that under the wraps. So the return on investment could be generated from anything. That is legal or illegal. So for all you know, you could be getting money that's generated from the sale of drugs, from the sale of illegal weapons. It could be anything. It could be money laundering. There could be all kinds of stuff going on with Ponzi schemes. But the most common case is that with these types of schemes, the money that you're getting is actually money from new investors. So if you invested in this and then people are continuing to invest, your return on investment is being generated from the person who signed up after you. They're giving you a percentage of that and they're keeping the majority of it for themselves. So it gives the illusion of this return on investment. So you end up signing up for this, okay? And then you're actually seeing a return on your investment. So you're telling your friends about it, and everybody's saying, oh, how are you getting your money back on this? And you go, oh, I don't know how the money really comes back. I get a return on investment every couple of months or whatever the payout is. And then eventually, obviously it can't sustain itself without new members. So that's the way that generally works, is it's the new members paying off the old members, and that's when you kind of get other people involved. And the thing with these two, I forgot to mention this, the people at the lowest level are at the highest risk for losing their money because when you need to recruit other people and there's so many people involved in the scheme, it's less likely that you're going to be able to recruit somebody because there's only a set number of people that you could foreseeably recruit into this type of scam. So getting involved in these later in the game, the later in the actual scam that you get involved, the more at risk you are for losing your money. Just something else to throw in there. So these people that get involved in a Ponzi scheme at the very end, before it kind of just snuffs out and falls flat, those are the people that are at the highest risk of losing their money. Okay, so the final scheme that you tend to see, like I said, I got one about 8 years ago in the mail. It's a chain letter. So basically it'll be like, okay, this is a way for you to make $100,000. People will mail you $1 or $2, and it's like, okay, so what you have to do is mail $2 to these 10 people on this list, okay? And then what I want you to do is print out a new piece of paper with your name on top, okay? And then you take the 9 people below you, and then you get rid of the person at the bottom of the list, and then you make that letter, okay? Then you mail that out to as many people as you want, and then you should be getting hundreds or thousands of people mailing you $2 every single day, and it's a way for you to make money. Obviously, this is the same problem that we've discussed with all of these before. No wealth is being created, there's no product being sold, there's no investment being made, and no services being provided. You are simply paying someone else in order to make money back. I think most people have come across chain letters and they know that these are not legitimate and you never actually end up getting money back from people. Or if you do, it's illegal. So I think people have enough knowledge about chain letters to know to stay away from those now. But it is something worth mentioning because that was one of the other big scams back in the day, and I don't know if they're still going on today. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this video. It was really cool that one of the viewers kind of reached out to me with that idea. It was a fantastic idea, and I'm happy that he brought it up. And just be aware of all of the scams going on. I completely forgot. I forgot to write this on the board here. I wasn't going to erase the whole board and do this here, so I'm just going to read these out loud. But these are the questions you should ask anybody, and these are in the description too, so you don't have to worry about writing them down if you're taking notes or anything. But these are the things you need to know about an investment opportunity or a business opportunity. So if somebody comes up to you and is pitching you a business that sounds kind of illegitimate or sounds kind of questionable, ask them these questions, and if they can't answer them, don't get involved with that business. Number 1, what is my rate of return? Number 2, where will the money be invested? Number 3, who is actually investing the money? Number 4, what is actually generating the return? Number 5, is recruiting part of the strategy, and is there any kind of commission made off of recruiting? Like, do you get commission on their sales? Do you get a sign-on bonus? And then number 6, is there a product with actual value being sold? So before you get involved in any business opportunity, have the answers to those questions and make sure that you're getting them from a legitimate source, not just the guy who's telling you about it. Do your research, be smart about it, Google the company, see what other people said about it. Don't just dive into something, because there's a lot of people out there, unfortunately, that are trying to scam other people. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you guys have any topic ideas, please drop them in the comments or send me a message on Twitter or on my Facebook page, whatever works best for you. If you guys enjoyed the video, please take a second to drop a like and consider subscribing to be notified of future uploads. And I thank you guys for watching.